Hey there, friends and followers. This week's video goes out to all my agent friends out there watching. The following information in this video will give you guys 3 different strategies to utilize when out on a listing appointment and dealing with a seller who may be unrealistic or out of alignment with where their list price should be. Stick around for the next couple of minutes. We'll dive into these strategies and go over them together. So yes, as always, welcome back. So whether you're an existing agent and have crossed this bridge before, or if you're a new agent and have yet to encounter this, which I can assure you at some point you will, there's always that seller that you meet with that has an unrealistic expectation of what their home price value should be upon entering in the market and looking to sell. A huge factor as a listing agent is making sure that the properties you list actually sell, and that they're not just hanging out on the market wasting your time, energy, attention, and money. And how you do this is by pricing the home correctly from the start. And this can be a trying task, especially when you are dealing with the seller or sellers as previously described. However, with these few tactics in your toolkit, you should be able to get the outcome that you were looking for. There's no doubt that over the back half of 2022, we've seen the market change from that of a hot seller's market where everything was selling in minutes over asking price to homes now beginning to experience days on market again, and agents having to put in the actual work to make their clients' properties stand out in an effort to move them to the pending column and ultimately the sold column. Because the everyday individual may not watch or keep up with the market trends like we as real estate professionals do, some people only see what homes sold for 6 months ago and don't realize that currently homes are selling for up to $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000 less than what they were selling for. So without further ado, let's break down a few strategies that you're going to want to keep in mind. So number 1, and this always tends to work great. Typically we find that sellers are always passionate about their property because at the end of the day, it's theirs. It's where they've created a ton of memories and have a significant amount of sentimental value. In a lot of cases, most sellers tend to think that their home is the most outstanding in the world, when in a lot of cases it isn't. This is typically because of the emotional attachment to the home. The trick here is being able to remove some of the emotional attachment and get them to look at things logically. So upon pulling comparables to put together a CMA for your clients, one great method to help you is to find a few active comparables that are a small increment in price more and less than your target list price for that seller's property. Before coming to an agreement on any price, take your seller clients out to these properties that they would be competing up against. And in a lot of cases, you'll find that your clients will be shocked at how much nicer, cleaner, or more properly staged the 2 slightly more expensive homes are, and how closer to alignment that the lesser price homes show at. This is a great way to give your clients tangible evidence on what they'll be going up against. Pictures on a computer don't always do justice, so getting your clients out to see homes in person can get them to see the homes through the eyes of a home buyer versus that of a home seller. The next strategy you sometimes hear referred to as the happy medium tactic. To give you an example here, let's say that you want to list a home for $500,000, but yet the sellers want to list the home for $525,000, which at that price you know the home is most likely going to sit on the market and create a shelf life. At which point then it will create a price curve. That is, the longer that a property sits on the market, the lower the price that you're most likely going to have to accept, as people start to think that there's something wrong with that home even if there isn't. So if they're still not willing to budge even after viewing a couple of properties from the previously mentioned example, then I would say the following. We can list at your price of $525,000, but I want us to write into the listing agreement that after the first week or week and a half, and the feedback from any showing agents is that the home price is too high, or the home hasn't in fact yet went under contract, then we agree to reduce the list price to $500,000. Now, this being the happy medium, as let's say if in the event there is an individual out there that is willing to pay them the $525K, well then the sellers are happy because they were right and you were wrong. However, if you were right, which is going to be most cases, especially if you do a good job pulling the comparables for their CMA, now you were able to give them what they wanted, and the happy medium is now that with the supporting feedback you can align the price to where it should correctly be. Now, this last strategy is something of a performance-based structure that can really speak loudly with home sellers, especially in a difficult selling market. Let's say that you both plan to list at a price of $500,000, and the sellers are a little bit nervous to do so, but are willing to move forward with. What I would say is this: okay, if I can get your home sold in a reasonable amount of time, let's say about 30 days, in a range of $490,000 to $500,000, then I will get full commission. However, if we have to reduce that price further by accepting an offer that is lower than $490K, then I will reduce my commission to you in order to make sure that you know that I am mutually invested in this with you. In essence, if you have to take less than what you're expecting, I will take less than what I'm expecting also. Please keep in mind that this should never be any type of significant cut to commissions, but something maybe like a 10, 20, or 25%. What this does is it shows the home sellers that you are mutually invested in their affair and gives them the confidence to move forward with you representing them. Well, there you have it. Those are 3 strategies that you guys can use to help secure more listings at a correctly listed price. Now, if you have any questions or would like any further input on this, then let me know by reaching out or dropping a comment below. For other great coaching, training, and access to weekly live mastermind calls, or more input on the fastest growing brokerage in the world, then hit me with a direct message or shoot me a call or text. Always encourage that you guys like and engage with the videos. As always, thanks for checking them out, and we'll catch you on the next one.